Brett Garamella here. In today's video, I'm going to give you 9 ways to make money with your drone. So let's get right into it. All right, before we get into talking about how to make money with your drone, you're gonna need the right drone. So I would recommend the Phantom 4 Pro. That would be my go-to drone, just the most versatile drone, has the best photo or video quality without spending more than $2,000. And you're not gonna wanna spend too much money if you wanna start a business, right? If you spend like $10,000, if you have that money, great, but most people don't. So I would say around $2,000 is a good budget to start with. So you wanna get the Phantom 4 Pro. You can also use it for mapping and other things. Now, if you wanna go lighter, you could go with the Mavic 2 Pro, although the image quality I find is a little better right out of the box with the Phantom 4 Pro. Plus it has a mechanical shutter and it shoots 4K up to 60 frames per second, which the Mavic 2 Pro doesn't. And if you have a little patience, you could also go with the Autel Evo 2, but I would go with the Evo 2 Pro. So for right now, as of this video, I would go with the Phantom 4 Pro. Now, one thing about the Phantom 4 Pro, I will say, I kind of still like my Mavic 2 Pro better because it's easier to fly. The Phantom 4 Pro, it still occasionally isn't as smooth, and it's kind of like it has a little like jerk to it and a little like idiosyncrasies that you have to get used to. I can't really explain it, but basically flying it, it's easier to get that nice cinematic smooth footage with the Mavic 2 Pro than the Phantom 4 Pro. However, once you get used to the Phantom 4 Pro, you can still get equally, if not better results because the image quality is better, in my opinion, than the Mavic 2 Pro. But a lot of people get hung up on the gear. There's so many other things you need to work on to make money with your drone, and having the right drone is just one part of that. You're also gonna need a commercial license if you're in the US, so your Part 107 license, and you get this nice little card here. You're gonna need that card if you make money with your drone. So since in this video we're talking about making money, make sure you take your Part 107 test, pass it, and then you get this little card. I'll put a link below. And basically you can do a Google search for CATS and then find a testing area in your location. And it's usually at an airport or like an airport flight school that you take the test. I'll put a link in the description so you can find out more information about that. But let's get into ways to make money. So now you have your drone, you have your Part 107 license, it's time to make some money. So the first way to make money I'd recommend is doing real estate. Real estate photos really includes any type of building, whether that's residential or commercial. So you might want to take a second to think about your network of friends or people you know. If you're more in the commercial aspect and you have a lot of small business owners and people you know, then you might want to start with them. If you have just a ton of friends and people who are looking to sell their house or people who just need pictures of their house, you may want to do that. However, a better way to do it may be just reaching out to real estate agents and other photographers and videographers who already do real estate. So you could contact them and say, look, you're doing a real estate video and I'm a great videographer with my drone. Would you like to team up? Or you could reach out to a photographer and tell them, look, I can provide you these aerial images and we could work together. That way you're collaborating, you're meeting more people, you're making money, and you're expanding your contacts. So I think that's a good way to start out. And that leads into my second way of making money with your drone, which is weddings. Now, when it comes to real estate or weddings, people want an entire package. They don't want just aerial images. They want an entire package. So if you already have photography or video skills, you can sell it as an entire package. If you don't, then like I said, you're gonna have to reach out to a videographer or photographer and collaborate with them. So it all depends on your skill set. I say always work on your skill set. That way you can sell an entire package, because while drone photography and videos are nice for weddings and real estate, they're gonna want ground shots. They're going to want a video on the ground as well. So work on your overall skill and try to sell it as a package. If you're just starting out and you have no contacts, a good way to meet people and maybe get work is to go to bridal shows or to go to trade shows for real estate agents and architects, okay? And just hand out your card or open up a booth and then people will come there. You can get their contact information, their emails, their phone numbers, and then just follow up that way. All right, another way to make money with your drone is to reach out to PR houses, production houses, and the Chamber of Commerce in your local city or area. So think about the city where you live, go to a Chamber of Commerce meeting, hand out your business card or get the contacts of people you meet. And same thing with public relation places or production houses. Try to meet with those people in person if you can. It's gonna be a lot easier to start making money and getting jobs when you see people face to face. But if you can't, here's my little secret that I have that not a lot of people are doing, but I feel like it's a good way to make some money. So on your website or some other site like a free version of WordPress or Blogger, you could create a one-page post. On that one-page post, you're gonna create beautiful images of your city or your location. And basically, let's say you have a beautiful bridge or a beautiful building in your area. Let's say a beautiful bridge. You could write a whole description about this bridge, take different photos, or make a nice short little video about this bridge, promoting it and marketing it in a really professional manner with high production value. And you have this whole proposal written out and how you can sell this bridge or make this site a beautiful place to come visit. Let's say you're in this certain town and this bridge is just amazing. Everyone's gonna wanna come to see this bridge. Once they see that page, they have the proposal all laid out. It looks very professional, and it says so much more than just sending some random photos, okay? It tells a story, it has a lot more thought and effort into it, and it shows that you're a professional. So I would try to create a one-page post on your website or on a free site and send that link in your email to that person. Now, my next way to make money is to license your footage. Now, there are a lot of places out there like Pond5 and other places where you can post your footage and people will buy it and then you'll get a percentage of that. However, I think a lot of these stock agencies for licensing your footage won't make you that much money. And for me, I don't really see it as a good business model. Instead, what I'd recommend you do is either create your own website and work on your search engine optimization or hire someone to do search engine optimization for you, or take places in your town, like we talked about that bridge. Let's say it's a beautiful bridge or a beautiful building or a beautiful mountain or beautiful river, whatever is in your town geographically or architecturally that's really nice. Take some beautiful photos and video. Now, it doesn't have to be many. Fewer is probably better. You could post that on Instagram would be a good place, or on a YouTube channel. That way it gets lots of views. You can say, look, if you want to use this footage for personal or commercial use, you can contact me, put your email or however you want to be contacted, and then you could sell it directly to that person. Now, I would look up the prices. I would say a good site would be Pond5 because they have good pricing. You could sell your video both as a 1080 version and as a 4K version. That way you have different price categories for how it is. Same thing with the photos, whether they want the raw photo or they want a JPEG, you could have different prices for how you distribute those images and those videos. But make sure you price it high enough because you want to be on the race to the top, not a race to the bottom. And when you sell your images for very cheap, or let's say you're doing a wedding or a real estate video and you price yourself really low, you're gonna devalue the entire industry. So not only do you hurt yourself, but you hurt the entire industry because then that person is gonna expect that same rate, and you really can't run a business like that. So I would say for wedding and real estate, you price your stuff at about $200 minimum per shoot. And for stock footage, licensing your images, I would look at Pond5. They have good pricing right there. Now, another way to make money with your drone is to be either a blogger or a YouTuber, or just make YouTube videos or blog videos. You don't have to have that official title, but you could just make a really good post. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you could focus more on quality than quantity. I think that will draw more traffic to you because there's so many bloggers out there, there's so many YouTubers out there. It's hard to get the traffic if your stuff isn't really good. So maybe you could make your video or your blog post in a really good way. Blog posts tend to do well if they're really long. YouTube videos tend to do better if they're a little shorter. And you're saying, well, how do you make money? Well, there's two ways to make money. The first way to make money is to do affiliate marketing. That's what I do. So if I teach a tutorial or I show you a different product, let's say this drone behind me, I have the Mavic 2 Pro, and I tell you all about the Mavic 2 Pro. Then I put a link either to Amazon or let's say to DJI site. And I'm a part of the DJI affiliate program. I'm also a part of Amazon's associate program, which is another affiliate program. So when you use the link that I put in the description and you buy buy that Mavic 2 Pro, I get a certain percentage of that profit. Now, affiliate programs, you're not gonna get rich with just a few buys. You have to get a lot to make some money at it. So you're gonna have to generate a lot of traffic and get a lot of people buying that product. Usually you can expect a commission of anywhere from like 4 to 6%, around there. And if you're consistent with it, you could make some decent money. It all depends on so many other strategies. So it probably wouldn't be my first way to make money with your drone, but it could be a side way or another way that you do part-time starting out. Now, another way to make money with your drone, if you end up getting a huge following and a lot of people subscribe to your channel or to your website and to your blog posts, and they want to get all that new information because you're really good at that. Either you're educating them or you're giving them the latest news and so forth, or you just have a great personality and you're entertaining, then you could also make money with AdSense. So you could run ads on your website or on YouTube, something called AdSense. You could use that, basically the commercial that came on before this video. I get a couple cents every time someone clicks on it and stuff like that. So it's very small, and AdSense really, like I said, is only a part-time thing, especially when starting out. You really have to get millions of views to make it substantial, but it's a good way to make a little side income while you grow your drone business. Now, another way to make money with your drone is doing inspections. So you're gonna need a good thermal camera. I would recommend a FLIR camera, and then you're gonna need a drone like a Matrice 200, or you could also use the Mavic 2 Enterprise or even the Inspire 1. You can use a thermal camera on that. So all those drones will basically allow you to inspect things like roofs, like pipelines, things like that people normally had to do by hand, but now you can do it quicker and it's much safer with a drone. And that's a huge growing industry, although getting the jobs might be difficult. I don't have too much expertise in that, but I know it's a way that some people make really good money, and I like to explore that myself, but I haven't done so. But that's a way you can make money with your drones. So if you're interested in that, you want more information about that, or you want me to make another video, I will do my research, reach out to some people I know, and I could make that. Just leave a comment below and I can do that for you. All right, next way to make money with your drone, I would say, is working with contractors or construction sites. There's so many ways that you can make money, and just like you license your money, like on Pond5 or any of these stock websites or your YouTube channel or Instagram, where you're selling the footage to people who want to use it, you can do the same thing with construction sites, or basically real estate too, for that matter, because there's so many people involved. All right, you have the contractor, you have the architect, the electrical person, the carpenter, this person, that person, and so many more people. So you can reach out and sell your videos, whether that be a time-lapse video, an aerial video. And when I say time-lapse, what I mean is you could take a picture overhead of the roof being built, the entire building being built over the course of 6 months. You just would have to go there maybe once a week and get that same picture, okay? So it could take time, but you have those photos, and like I said, you're not just selling it to one person, but you could sell those to a bunch of people. Now, it all depends on the quality and what you have. If you can make that look good, it helps with everything I've talked about. So quality over quantity, in my opinion, always is more important. All right guys, so I'm gonna give you one bonus way to make money with your drone, and that's mapping. Now, the best mapping drone right now, as of this video, that everyone, it's kind of like the go-to mapping drone, is the Phantom 4 Pro, DJI Phantom 4 Pro. And I recommend you get the RTK. Now, if you have a big budget, you could also go with the Matrice 200 series, the RTK with that, because it's even more accurate and you can do so much more with that because it has like the base station and everything. So does the Phantom 4, but the Matrice is a more sophisticated unit that you can use with software like Drone Deploy, Pix4D. So the mapping industry is growing, and basically you can take pictures of a construction site that's going to be built, agriculture. There's so many things you can do with mapping. So personally, I would like to get involved in mapping. I haven't done it yet, but it's something I'd like to get involved with in the future. If you'd like to see more videos about that, leave it in the comments below. I know it's outside the realm of normal photography and videography. That's why I kind of left it down there till the end. And I'm not sure if you guys want me to make videos like that are more like enterprise solutions types of videos. Or are you guys more interested in just your traditional photography and videography? Let me know in the comments below. All right guys, so there's so many options to make money with your drone, and you may be a little bit overwhelmed by the end of this video. So I would say concentrate on one thing at a time. Think about both what you're interested in and what's relevant where you live. For example, if you live in Charleston, South Carolina, then weddings would be huge. Or you live in New York City, yeah, there are tons of weddings. There's tons of wedding photographers, videographers that you could collaborate with. Same thing with Charleston, South Carolina. If you live there, weddings would be great. If you live in South Florida or you live in Miami, it could be real estate, because real estate is growing. So do some research in your town, or maybe you already know your town really well, and find out what the demand is, and then figure out what you need. Now, if you're in a totally remote location, then you're gonna have to do other things like work online and educate people, start a YouTube channel, start a blog, and find ways to make money licensing your footage online, that sort of thing. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If it was, share it with a friend and give it a thumbs up. Also, before I go, if you haven't done so, download my free drone gear guide, which shows you all my favorite gear, software, applications, accessories, etc. You can download that free guide by clicking right over there. I'm Brett Garamella, the Drone Pilot Pro, and remember, siempre pa'lante, nunca para atrás.